Frankie. Welcome to the latest with Maya. You know Frankie from The Wire, Silence of the Lambs, Coming to America, Do the Right Thing, The Good Wife, and so much more. Most recently, you can see Frankie in the Netflix show Ripple. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to be talking with you.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be talking with you.
Um, so, who has had the biggest impact on you professionally?
Who's had the biggest impact on me professionally is probably the late, great, legendary Mr. James Earl Jones.
I love,
Because do you know who
yeah, I
he is?
do. Yeah.
Yeah. And because he was a person who I've worked with on many, many occasions. He was a person who, when I was just starting out in the business, who I looked up to as a role model, as an idol. And when I got to meet him and work with him and get to know him, it just became even more evident why, he has been a lead in my career, my profession, my person, everything about me. I mean, I just love that man. He was just tremendous. So he's one of many, but I could name many others because I've been very blessed to have had so many amazing people in my life, going all the way back to my first grade elementary school teacher, Mrs. Anthony, going to my fifth grade teacher, Mrs. Brown, going to my high school teachers, Mrs. Granberry, going to my college teacher, Harold Guskin. It just, those are, a lot of my influences have been teachers, especially as I was beginning to pursue my career and learn about myself and my talent. So
Wow.
that's a short, but the list is huge. I tell you.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So, who has had the biggest impact on you as a person?
My goodness, that's would that be inside family or outside family, or is that a combination of both?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever comes to mind first.
That's well, the first person that comes to my mind always probably would be my mother and my father. Most definitely. I mean, they have been, they just have been there for me all my life, while they were here. May they rest in peace. They have gone. They've gone to the other place now, but I got everything from them. I got, such a pedigree of of gentleness, understanding of life, and learning and education from them. And from there, it just spouted out to just so many others. I mean, I'm a people person. I love people, and I really admire and respect people who earn the right to be respected and admired. And from those people, I learn so much. But I think it begins really with my mother and my father and my brother, who was 10 and a half months older than me. He recently passed, but he was the one who led the way for me to really being able to go out and go beyond my hometown of Newport News, Virginia, out into Illinois, and then into New York and into the world. He was a pioneer leader for me, as far as that is concerned. But then after that, I mean, just a brutal amount of influencers, people who have just influenced the person that I am. And you can even include my wife, who has been just tremendous to me over these past 20 years and teaching me and helping me and working with me as a partner. So there have been there have been a lot of people. And I'm going to add you to the list too before we're done with this conversation. You watch out.
Oh. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear about your brother. Um, yeah. Um, I am pop culture obsessed, and I go in stages of shows that I cannot stop watching. Um, is there
Okay.
a show that you are currently obsessed with?
Well, I'm currently obsessed with the show that I'm performing in now. It can be seen on Netflix. It's called Ripple, and it's a show that just Ripple. I don't whatever comes to mind when you say the word ripple is pretty much what this show is all about because you think of the ripples of time, how ripples go out and reach their reach and connect so many things. And this show is like, it's the kind of show that I really like to do because it's about people and about relationships. And it's just so heartwarming and touching. It's funny. It's sad. It's full of reality. It's full of just so much. And it just warms my heart to be able to talk about it. And I would invite you and anyone else who's watching this to just tune in to Netflix and check it out and see what and see if you can see if it resonates the same way with you because it's a killer show. I mean it's and especially during the holiday season now when everyone is looking for some kind of thing of hope to hold on to move or forward as we go into the next year. And I think that Ripple is a show that will give you that. But over the years, I've done so many films and television and theater projects, and each one of them has a certain little bit of an element that has formed and shaped Frankie Faison into the person that he is.
I
But
love
currently,
that.
well, thank you.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I watched Ripple in I think like 2 days. And yeah, I laughed, I cried. Yeah, I felt like all the emotions watching it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Well,
so good. I love that show.
well, thank you for watching. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Um, so if you had a warning label, what would yours say?
A warning label,
Yes.
like warning people about, well, my warning would be careful of people or things that come into your life that are negative.
I like
Try to really embrace and be encouraged by the positive signs of life. And also, kindness is very important. Warning, too, is like if you come into people who cannot be kind, you need to, you know, sort of like move away from them because kindness, as I learned at a very young age, is free. Anyone can be kind. You don't have to pay money to be kind. You don't have to, it's just sometimes just a smile or a kind word is enough. So my warning label would be to be wary of those people who cannot demonstrate those kinds of characteristics.
oh yeah. Yeah, I like that warning label. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah. So what genre of movie would your life story be told as?
Ooh, that's a good one. um, well, it would be told in the genre of, I guess, most in the genre in which it's I don't know what genre it would be, like a rom-com kind of thing, because I'm a romantic person and I love comedy. So laughter and romance, they both go hand in hand with me. But the versatility of a life and career has taught me that everything is in me and I need to be aware of it and I need to be sure not to ignore those things, everything, because I'm a complete package. I think, but a rom-com is just, I like to make people smile. I like to make people happy. I like to make people think. I like to make people I like to make people set a good example, like the examples that I've learned over the years of people reaching out, helping each other, and knowing that it doesn't cost a thing. A smile. I learned this from my maybe fifth grade teacher. She said she would have us all sit in the classroom and she said, "All right, I want everybody to put a frown on their face." And we did that. And the frown on the face, it worked. It takes work to frown. It really does take work. But then she said, "Well, now let me see you smile." And then everyone would burst out into a smile. And a smile is like, it's effortless. When I smile, I'm not using any muscles at all. It flows out. So that's why I say a rom-com, that would be the genre for me. I like that.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, rom-coms are some of my favorite movies, so I've always wanted my life to be both a rom-com and a musical. That's like my dream.
You
So,
got me there. Uh, I'm right there with you with the musicals too. Musicals are just, I'm a big musical fan. The
yeah,
music just penetrates me, and I go crazy. I do,
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, of all that you have accomplished so far, is there something you are most proud of?
Oh, you ask great questions.
Thank you.
uh, I can't think of any one thing that you're talking about professional now, work wise, right? Or you're talking
Yeah,
about life wise?
yeah, I mean, whichever. I think that question works for either. So,
Well, I think the thing that's I'm most proud of life wise is that I'm somewhat of a known entity. People know me out there in the world. A lot of people come up that recognize me. And I'm just so happy and proud that the majority of the people who see me out in public or wherever, they always have a smile on their face. They always say, you're a very, very good actor and you make us laugh, you make us smile. And they say a lot that whenever we see your name come up in the cast list or something, we know we can count on seeing something that's really a solid, worthwhile piece, of material. And to me, that means the world because it means that they have embraced the joy that I've embraced in doing the work that I do, and it translates to them. And I'm just telling you, I'm just so happy. I walk down the street and people, they will say, "Hello, Frankie," and they will smile. Very rarely do people come up and, do the frown thing or do this. Yeah, I get all good positive vibes and reviews. And that's the thing that makes my day because I'm truly a people person. I never feel like I'm alone out there in this world. And I find comfort and peace in the friendship and the brotherhood, sisterhood, and love that I get from so many people that I meet. So, and I think that makes my mom and dad proud because my mother was the same kind of person. So,
oh,
you know,
oh,
yeah.
I love that. Well, I want to say like everything I've seen you in, every time I see you, I'm like I can always tell, or I could tell that was like he just seems like such a good person with like all the characters you play. So,
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, I wanted to say that I loved the your show The Village. That was
Oh,
one of my favorite shows.
yeah. Well, thanks. You see those kinds of shows like The Village, shows like Ripple, shows that connect people and deal with relationships is is really up my alley. That's in my wheelhouse in a big, big way because that's what we have in this world, in life. We have connections with people, with other human beings, one human being to the next. And when I do shows like The Village, it's just like it just fills my heart with so much joy, because I feel like I'm doing something that really can make a statement, can help people to get on with their day and enjoy their lives a little better. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Yeah,
yeah.
I rewatch The Village a lot. I've seen it so many times. So
Oh, cute. That, yeah, no, The Village was that show. It was, it affected me very deeply. I mean, I just thought that it was an amazing, amazing show. And everybody on the show was so amazing. And just to get to work with the legendary person like Dominic is like from people recognize him from the Sopranos, and he was like one of the oldest regulars ever to be shown to do a show, and to be for me to be working with him and to be brothers with him in this show and partners with him. Oh, every day I look forward to going to work. He was just a joy.
yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is the greatest lesson you have learned from a character you've played?
Um, I think humbleness and humility. And I learned it in bundles in one film that I would call like a tour de force for myself. And I don't know if you've seen this film. It's a film called The Killing of Kenneth Chamberlain.
Oh, I haven't.
And I wish you would go out and take a look. And I wish all your viewers would take a look at that film too, because it's a film that it's a hard piece of reality. It's really a slice of life that's really tough. It's cutting edge, and it's like, to me, it was the most exhausting piece, but it taught me so much about humility, simplicity, humbleness, and the way human beings are treated. And it's not always in a nice way. And that would be that's sort of like one of my landmark projects that I've done. But I've done so many. I do a lot of pieces that are historical pieces. I do pieces that really just dig deep, because I come from theater. And I did a play once on Broadway called Fences, and that's where I worked with the legendary great James Earl Jones. And that piece, it it reveals so many different aspects of the human character, and I got to do it for 1 year, every night, eight performances a week. And I like things that really just make me dig deep into myself, into my soul, and can share with other people and reveal things about them as well. But I mean, for theater, Fences, for sure. For film, The Killing of Kenneth Chamberlain, among a list, because I've done about 150 films. And like I say, I don't do projects unless I feel them in my heart, that there's something that I can believe in. I don't believe in doing things just to be doing them. If I'm doing it, believe me, I got some belief and respect about doing it, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what that's your questions are penetrating. They're great. I'm
Thank you.
enjoying I enjoy working with you. It's just
Oh,
I'm looking forward to it, ever since my manager told me that, you had requested an interview with me. And like I say, and also it's just so important to see people as people
yeah.
without judgment, with anything else. The old adage, you don't judge a book by its cover. I think that's one of the things that has channeled me in my life, growing as an artist and as a human being. I treat everybody with the same kind of respect and kindness that I would ask them to treat me with. And
Yeah.
so there is, you know, so that's to me, that's those things, those values are just lifesavers. I just
Yeah.
love life, and it just you know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Get a person like you who's been involved with so much, you know, the things that you are a prime example of something that fight for life and love and freedom and understanding and friendship and all those things. You know, I learn from people who have experiences like yours. And it makes me look at myself and, you know, the old thing, count your blessings, name them one by one, count your blessings, see what God has done. And I've been gifted by so many blessings, and just and and the only thing, the way I can really pay back that those blessings that I've received is by giving them back to others. And so that's why, you know, you are my hero. You're amazing. You're special, and for you to have this podcast, to be doing this podcast, talking to people, and you know, just good for you. Good for you.
Oh, thank you. You're gonna make me cry. Thank you. I have been so excited to talk with you. So I'm having the best time. So um, um, what song best describes your life right now?
Um, I guess it's the old song. It's a song that it's a gospel, of course. I was brought up in the church, and religion has a very strong impact on me and my life. But the old gospel, "Last Mile of the Way." Do you know that song?
I don't.
It goes something like, "When I've gone the last mile of the way, I will rest in the glory of the day. And I know that it goes on and on. I don't know all the lyrics right offhand. I don't want to butcher it up, but look it up sometime. But that song expresses, because that's all that I think that we have. We have our life and the life that we led. So when I've gone the last mile of the way, I want to rest at the close of the day and know that I've done a good job and being the best human being that I could be. So that's one of my go-to songs. It's very powerful and impactful. So if you get a chance to listen to that, do.
Okay, I definitely will. Yeah. Um, so what is the biggest obstacle you have overcome?
I mean, you know, hey, I, you know, I'm very lucky to be able to look you in the eye and hear that question and really have to think deep about that, because I mean there have been little obstacles. I mean, you know, there have been things work related when I didn't have employment, when I was penniless, you know, but never homeless, you know, had to struggle for money. But those were not obstacles. Those are just things that happen to you in life. Um, and there was a time that I had a bit of a cancer scare, and that was an obstacle in a way, but it wasn't, because it just, hey, I had it late in life, you know. I'm 76 years old now, and I had it when I was about 67 or something like that. And it was just, hey, things catch up with you when you get older, you know, you have those. So I can't think of any bad obstacles. I'm obstacle free.
Well,
Really.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's, it's, and it's not like I'm going out there looking for an obstacle to have to overcome.
yeah,
I'm just I just feel very lucky. I feel very lucky in my life, and I've always worked hard and lived by rules that maybe have aided me in being obstacle free because I try to treat people with the kindness and respect that I would like them to treat me with. I try to be honest. I try to be decent, caring, loving, sharing, and that's it. So I don't have any really big obstacles, so to speak of. So
Yeah. Um, yeah. So, what small things bring you joy on a daily basis?
facing someone and have them look at me and smile, say hello, how are you today? Having people show good manners. Someone would like, they would like say, how are you today, sir? Can I help you cross the street or can I open the door for you? Just simple things like that, they bring me great joy. See, especially if I see it in young people, to see a young person who are demonstrating the kind of manners and consideration that I've known my whole life, that makes me smile. That makes me very happy. It doesn't take much.
Yeah. Oh,
Simple. Yeah.
oh, I love that.
I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want to be. I'm really an uncomplicated person. I really am. I'm just. And your questions they are amazing, and they make me think and reflect on how blessed I am. My wife just showed me a little sticky thing that says having dinner. I think she I think she I think she means me just being able to have a decent dinner at the end of the day. I love food. Now food is one of my passions. Food, I just love food. My wife is in food. She's English. She does English sweet and savory pies. Uh, I have a little favorite little granola line. Uh, I need you to send me your address because I want to send you a bag of my granola. It's called Fabulous Frankie's Granola, and I want you to look it up online after we've done. But I make granola. I've been making it for 50 years. And in the last 4 years, we've been trying to get it out and market it. But I want to send you a bag because my granola is like that. I mean, that just whenever I'm in, making my granola, it gives me a wonderful smile. So I like food and eating is great. But I want to share that with you. Make sure you get your information to me, and I will get you a bag there.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I just wrote down Fabulous Frankie's granola to go look it up. So I'm excited to look
Yeah,
that up. So, um, yeah. So
giving
what?
you a couple of to do. So I've given you a bit of homework to do.
Uh, yes.
You you have to look up the Kenneth Chamberlain film. You have to look up the granola, and
Yeah.
the last mile of the way, that song.
Yes. Thank you. I realized I forgot to write down the song, so I'm writing it down right now. So thank you for the reminder. Um, so what three words best describe you?
Uh, kind, cheerful, willing.
I like those. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are good
do
ones.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just. But those are. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that. And I already, just from like the first moment you logged on, I could already tell kind and cheerful are perfect words. So, yeah. Yeah. So is there someone who without fail always makes you laugh?
Uh, that would be probably my grandchildren, my four grandchildren. They always make me laugh because I see them as being the future. I leap over my own children because they are the more like the present, closer to the present. But the grandchildren, they are the future. It's the world is theirs and to mold and to shape and do, and they come up with the most quirky, curious, strange little things that I sit back and I just I laugh. I just find great joy in some of the things they say and some of the things they do, the reactions, and I would say that definitely,
Oh,
definitely.
I love that. Yeah. Um, I love laughing is my favorite thing. So just I love that there are people that immediately come to mind also for me that just like always whenever I'm around them I know I'll be laughing.
Important. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I love inspiring and motivational quotes. And this week, my favorite quotation is I need music, not just for background noise, but as a lifeline, a way to process hard emotions, a way to shift the energy in my body, a way to feel joy even in the darkest moments. Um, is there a quotation that has inspired you lately?
Ooh, wow. Oh, wow. That's a good one. I just have to dig into this old head of mine. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Um, it would be positive and simple and even probably funny and cheerful. Um, oh, yeah, there's one, but it just comes right to mind without a thought. Laugh and the world laughs with you. But when you cry, sometimes you cry alone. You know,
Yeah.
that's that's because if you give out laughter and smiles and joy, then it'll come back to you. But if you give out just sadness and misery and anger and all that kind of stuff, then you'll find yourself alone, I think, in a lot of cases. So just laugh and the world will laugh with you. Or is it smile and the world will smile with you? It just, you say those things, they're uplifting, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost like the smile and the frown, so that would be what I would like to do, you
Oh,
know.
yeah. I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
quote. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was my final question for you. I've had the best time talking with you. Thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure. Like I say, I had looked forward to it, and I have not been disappointed.
Oh. Oh, thank you.
your,
I'm glad to hear you're not disappointed.
your questions are very well, they're very uplifting, very well thought out, and they just, they make me think, and they're also very, you cut to the chase, you get to it, and you just kudos. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. Um, yeah, thank you so much again for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Same to you. Same to you.
Thank you.
And and keep on with your podcast because it's like I know how it must enrich your life and give you fulfillment beyond belief, you know, and you're a great communicator, you connect, you know, and just you keep on doing what you're doing, girl, as they say.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you. That means so much to me. Thank you. Um, and that's a wrap on today's edition of The Latest with Maya.